Yeah, 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 yeah. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. You're now rocking with the DY3 crew. We're coming through with a whole new episode. Sit back and just watch it unfold as we speak. The word of the street. You know, third degree coming through with that heat. I got the type of stuff that'll make you think. If you really don't like me, please take a drink and think about the conclusions that we about to just give you. If you don't know, here's a little preview. We about to tell you everything you need to know in here. If you don't like it, then listen crystal clear. We got Quez, yes, the true boss. We got Jessica Lynn, yeah, we about to toss up a couple of dubs, cause we don't give up. Yeah, you know what I was about to say, but I'ma go ahead and flip it anyway, cause I got flow for days. I'm about to go and serenade and flow like a grenade. 3-guard degree, yes, I got flow. Let's go ahead and just start and kick off the show. Whoa. What's good, what's good, what's good?
What's going on, my beautiful people? Man, how y'all feeling, man?
Man, it's been a week. It's been a week, man. I tell you.
I hear you. I heard footsteps.
But as you say, you know, the show must go on. How you doing, people? Thank you for tuning in to Drop Your 3 Cent. I'm your boy Third Degree. We got Jess, we got Quez in the house. Yeah, man, it's been a crazy week, but we here.
Hey, like we always are, man. No matter how crazy it get, showing up is 9/10 of the battle, man.
Word.
I ain't locked my door, so the kids keep trying to run in here. You know what I mean? Usually I lock it, but they was out there in the living room watching movies with Denisha, and now they keep trying to break and enter. You know what I mean? Man, outside of a crazy week, man, what it's been like, man? What it's been like? You had your birthday week, you know what I'm saying? You turned up, you did.
I'm trying to tell you, man. We came back tired. We came back tired. You know what I'm saying? I still wish I was kind of on vacation. I need another one.
That's the crazy thing about vacations. They never long enough.
Right. And just a few other things that's been popping off, but you know, we soldier through, we get through when we show up, man.
Absolutely. Only the resilient ones do. What's up, Jess?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, man, living the dream, man. Living the dream. Trying to make it a dream.
Right. For those who are watching, we want to thank you for tuning in. We want to thank the Facebook crew. You guys have been steady mobbing the rebroadcasters and YouTube. You know, I know they kind of mess with the algorithm a little bit on YouTube, but you know, we'll get it right back. You know what I'm saying? So, but we still thank the YouTube subscribers. You know, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're hitting the like button, the share button, and you're subscribing, and you're hitting the notification. If you're on Facebook, make sure that you're liking and you're sharing this feed so it goes out to others. You know, we're not going to be here too long. I got some other stuff. I got double booked by some family members. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of folks know that Friday is podcast day, so don't mess with me.
Yeah.
Got double booked anyway.
They don't be caring. You know what I'm saying? Especially the fam. They don't care nothing about your life, sir. You know what I mean? Get your ass over here. But I know you at least got some ratchet dudes, right?
Oh, you know, I had enough time to get that crop popping. Man, I'm trying to tell you, with so many obstacles, and man, but I had enough time to give you guys some ratchet, so sit back and enjoy the ratchetness. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third. We back with some more ratchet news. In a weird twist of events, bullets marked deny, defend, and depose recovered from scene of United Healthcare CEO shooting, who was actually shot outside of, I think, a hotel or somewhere in New York, which is crazy. Why would somebody want to take him out? You know what I'm saying? As the manhunt continues for his assassin. So we shall keep you posted, and we shall talk about this on a future show. Moving on. In more strange turn of events, President Joe Biden pardoned son Hunter Biden ahead of departure from office.
Me personally, I would say as he should, but then also he's catching backlash because people are saying he's a hypocrite after saying that he wouldn't and say that no one is above the law. Well, if you got the complexion for protection, I guess then it doesn't really apply. We shall talk about this too on another episode. Moving on. Sad news. Eminem's mother, Debbie Nelson, has passed away. I think she passed away from breast cancer or some form of cancer. So we want to send our prayers out to, Eminem and his family, and may they have healing energy during these tough times. Moving on. Lisa Ray says black woman couldn't prosper getting ran through like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. Ooh, the shade. The shade. Moving on. Ex-Kansas City detective accused of terrorizing black community for decades by kidnapping, raping teens and women, and imprisoning innocent men found dead before trial. Victims speak. This is crazy right here. We definitely gotta stay tuned in for this one. Moving on. Bel Air, the show that's featured on Peacock, has been renewed for season 4, and it will be also the show's final season. So it's kind of sad and bittersweet because I love this show. They just take too long for it to, to come back, but the show is dope. So I at least want to see 5 seasons, but hey, we'll take what we can get. So we'll definitely be tuned in for this one. Moving on. Andrew Schultz says he could genuinely have X with Kendrick Lamar against his will if he really wanted to. Like, of all the things to clown him about, that's the first thing that comes to your head. Kind of says something about you. A weird ass dude. Ugh. Moving on. NFL Washington Commanders owner and Senate leaders discuss potential return to original team name and logo. So they're thinking about going back to the Redskins and having, the Chiefs. I don't know. It's interesting. We shall stay tuned for this one because the Native American man that is depicted is saying that it's, or the tribe is saying it's an honor and it shows homage to him. So they want it returned and they signed a petition for it. So we shall see how it goes. But yeah, I personally don't like the Commander's name. It's kind of weird. You know what I mean? But that's just me. But moving on. I'm just saying, R&B legend drops 2-part docuseries, The Best Worst Year Ever, The World of Marcus Houston, which is streaming now on Tubi and Amazon Prime. Are y'all going to watch this? Let me know what y'all think. Moving on. In today's episode of Can Niggas Will Never Learn, Marcus Jordan and Nicole Murphy spotted out on a little night out. Like, dog, you just got rid of one gold digging ass chick. Now you get with another one who's notorious, from what we're learning about her now, notorious homewrecker, and she's only out for the loot. But I guess, hard lessons make a hard ass, or soft ass, or whatever, however the saying goes. But what a dummy. Moving on. Judge dismisses several claims in lawsuit against Lizzo and Touring Company. All right, that's a big win for Lizzo. You know what I'm saying? Moving on. Speaking of lawsuits, Drake's petition against UMG and Spotify is set for a hearing on December 20th. Like, this really about to happen? He's already getting clowned for it. Some people are saying he looks just like this. Yeah, the Drake to Universal Spotify. Hey man, why y'all help me? Looking like Red from Friday. But moving on. But speaking of Spotify, Kendrick and UMG, Kendrick Lamar surpasses 40 billion streams on Spotify. That's the reason why Drake is out here calling foul, saying that they're using bots and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But to be even more petty, Kendrick Lamar has announced a semi-nationwide tour with stops in LA and most notably Toronto. Matter of fact, he stops in Toronto on June 12th. But because due to popular demand of ticket sales, a second show has been added to the Grand National Tour in Toronto on June 13th. You don't have bots for that. You can't call bots for buying tickets, Drake, in your own hometown. At this point, I think Drake just gotta go ahead and just squabble up with Kendrick. You know what I mean? Moving on. Well, last but not least, but speaking of Spotify, shout out to all my Spotify subscribers or fans on there for bumping. It's been a real good year as far as the numbers go. 108 countries, over like 29,000 streams, 4,000, close to 5,000 some listeners, close to like 1,000 some hours. I appreciate everybody on there that's been going there and supporting. Shout out to you. Shout out to Spotify and UMG. And right now, there's probably somebody looking at us really, really salty. Yep, Drake's probably looking at it just like this, like, well, what the hell? But anyway, I'm Third Degree, and this has been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show. Peace.
But Drake get him, man. He got bots too, man. Ain't no way. 100-some countries, they heard a third. Ain't no way. I'm calling foul. You know what I'm saying? No, that's what
You're gonna give me,
bro. Congratulations, man.
Worldwide third.
That's it. That's it, man. That's a huge deal right there, man.
It is, man. It really is. Truthfully, man, it's like it was some work because, like, with me, I knew 24 was gonna be Kobe year, and so I had to go hard. Last year I had 98 countries, and even though that's nothing to really like sneeze at, before that I had I think I had more, and actually it was 78 or something like that. My countries had dipped, so I'm like, all right, so I know I need to give them some content, need to give them some material, and so 2024, we buckled in and we went hard. We went hard with the podcast, we went hard with music, and what I'm saying, and sure enough, those numbers elevated. So I got to thank everybody who's tuned in and tapped in. We say this a lot, like the support that you guys have shown this podcast, the support that you've shown either me, Quez, whatever like that has been tremendous. And, truthfully, we show up and we do this every week for y'all. So I definitely, personally, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys all for if you guys can go on to Spotify and whoever it is, there's I think 6 people who have me in their top 5. The top 5 artists, as far as bumping. So whoever you guys are, I love you guys to death. Thank you very much for that. And and both they got me in their top 10. That means you guys are going to my Spotify or just bumping, either whether you're working out, eating, or if you even just riding, you're bumping the music, and I really, really appreciate you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate bots 1 through 5. You know what I'm saying? You guys definitely doing your job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the cool part about it, right? So
just messing with you, man.
No. And so here, because I had some issues with it, because Spotify has this new thing now to where if they see anything that's abnormal as far as the numbers, they will remove your music and suspicion of you using bots or whatever like that. So with certain artists, especially independent artists, you can have maybe a slow month or 2. And then, I don't know, all of a sudden, my song Better Man, for whatever reason, I think somewhere in Brazil, they were bumping it like crazy. And then the numbers went up. And then You Ain't Cute, the song that you guys hear with the Ratchet News, that went up. And it gets played on internet radio and all this other stuff. If they see anything as far as an influx of numbers, they will remove your stuff.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? So as far as So I have to fight that. Look, there's no bots. This is and so they put back up some of my music, but there's still some songs that I still have to combat on Spotify. So I say that all to say that the allegations that Drake is using against Kendrick, if it was true, then they will remove Kendrick's stuff. Now let's they got to deal with Universal.
Hey, they ain't took down none of Kendrick's stuff, man. But get out my room. Sorry, man. They're children, man. You know what I'm saying? They keep trying to sneak in here. But yeah, man, I'm not messing with that, man. I hope on December 20th they pull up his record. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what bots. We couldn't find nothing about Kendrick, but here go yours. You know what I'm saying? Since we on the topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Show him his receipts? Here go the receipts I use for the bots. You know the bots I use for mine. What are you really talking about? For me, I think it's a positioning because I think I've heard rumblings that he was supposed to get a new contract extension, and he was supposed to get some new numbers, whatever. You know what I mean? And I think because of the whole fact of Kendrick coming through, it's just a simple thing of UMG kind of showing favoritism. And I think they kind of say, look, we're going to let the best man win because it's essentially a win-win for Universal. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Drake, whether it's Kendrick, they're going at it. the record sales is going to be for them. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, you know what I'm saying? It's like just
they don't.
What you
They don't care. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Rob? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
It's
man,
been a while, brother.
Brother, huh? It's been a while since we had Black Hebrews on here.
Good stuff, man. It's been a while,
like
Rob.
me.
Man, it's good to see you, bro. But yeah, man, I just think it's a bad look. It's a bad look for hip hop. It's you know what I mean? Because if he do win, let's just say in the event that he does win, what does that do for hip hop? You know what I mean? Because now you're gonna have to start calling cap on everybody. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. Now you can't have no rap battles. These companies ain't gonna want to participate if you got beef. Then no, don't put that out. We're not trying to get sued. None of that type of shit. So yeah, it's just not. And then on the lighter side of news, somebody need to whoop Andrew Schultz's ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just throw that out there. Hey, I watched that today. I said, hey, bro, you can't sex play nobody like that, man. That's a bit far. You know?
Right.
And he never even said your name. You know what I mean? Hit dogs always holler. He didn't say your name. You just felt guilty.
They always holler, man.
That is it. You know what I mean? So,
but my thing is like, so why did that come to his mind? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like I heard some people say like, well, it's a joke. It's just joke. That's how. But again, how you joke like that? Like, do white boys really joke like that? Like, that's kind of weird.
Well, sir, you're in front of a national audience, if not a global audience, talking about essaying another grown man and what they could do about it. Like, the fact that you felt that was okay. But what really pissed me off about it? I'm going to be completely honest with you. What really pissed me off about that moment was Buddy with the dread sitting there, and you didn't interject and say a goddamn thing.
Right.
Hey, Kendrick was talking about you too, sir. You was one of them coons he was talking about. You sit here, Kiki and Kakan, you know what I'm saying, with these folks, like he talking about, you know what I mean, doing something to a grown man who's not even there to defend himself, knowing damn well you would not say that in nobody's face. You know what I mean? Kendrick or anyone the otherwise. You know what I mean? Because first of all, black people don't play like that. Yeah, there ain't nothing funny about that. You tell me, oh man, if we was in a cell together, I'd just take it. Bro, I'm gonna take you to hell with me. Because you got me messed up. We not gonna play like that. Ain't nothing cool about that.
But again, like the things of all the things he could say, like, oh, I can jack you up, we can fight, we can squabble, or you talk about his mom, you go immediately to that. So which begs me to think that I think that this man would be really sitting there fantasizing about Kendrick in a sexual nature. And that's kind of
men in general.
Right.
Just men in general, sir.
Kind of gross.
I don't know.
Kind of gross.
That was a long thought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was a very long thought.
I'm trying to put this out there. I'm not sure where this Schultz guy is from, but I'm just gonna just say this, for caution. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think there would be some dudes around Kendrick that would really gladly take the fade just to mop you up a little. So I don't think that was really wise. I don't think that was wise at all.
Yeah, it was a horrible chess move. You know what I mean? If you felt the way, I can understand you. You know what I mean? You being like, "Hey, man, this is comedy, bro. Like, I don't tell you what kind of music to make. You know what I mean? My comedy is my comedy. If you don't like it, you can just not listen." That would have been a better perspective than to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing you could do about it. Type energy, bro. Something wrong with you.
Right.
So I don't know. And it's still weird, but moving on. But what we got on the agenda today? I know you got to run. So,
we have. Well, first off, I don't. Well, David Ruffins, probably being David Ruffin, right? Happy birthday to our very own Letitia. She my fellow stag sign. You know what I'm saying? she out there David Ruffin or something. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
You know,
she on a worldwide tour right now.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, Otis Williams, Melvin Franklin over here. We show up whether it's rain, hail, sleet, or snow on our birthdays, sick days, tired days.
She's going to cuss you out, sir. I just hope you know this. But happy birthday, Tisha. I just wanted to, let you know I had nothing to do with that message. I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Enjoy your day.
Are you
Don't listen to this guy.
Hey, quick too, boy. She heard you from the stage, boy. She told the DJ, stop. Hey, pause that real quick.
Let me address Otis Williams real quick.
Yeah, she is not playing. Hey, happy birthday, sis.
Man, we got a few things on the agenda today. I saw something that kind of touched my heart. I'm gonna try to work it right now and try to work on the slide because there's really no video for it. But there's one video that I asked y'all in the group say, hey, is this a topic? But I guess there's a video going around of a man pretty much saying that are asking, do black women want to be white because of the hairstyle that they choose, the makeup, the surgery, and all this other stuff. So we can definitely take a deep dive into that. Also, something that touched my heart was I seen a story about a little girl who was being bullied at school. And, I'm not sure if the parents tried to talk to the school or whatever, but the little girl, tried to unalive herself. And, she wound up, going to the hospital. And then those same bullies, showed up to the hospital trying to take pictures of her, trying to bully her some more. So, I want to talk about, children and bullies, like how does this happen? Why does this happen? And try to take a deep dive into that. Also, too, just for fun, I don't know if we're gonna have the time for it because I got to kind of bone out by like 7:15, 7:20ish. But another thing is too, are women getting bolder these days when it comes to shooting their shot? Now I know we talked about this probably previously, but for the new people that are coming through, we're gonna go ahead and talk about it some more. So.
Absolutely. Let's get it. Where you want to start, Jess? You're the only lady on the panel tonight, so.
David Ruffin picked up the microphone and started singing,
Oh gosh.
Him ain't nothing without me. Just sipping on his Tennessee. Well, we got to do the white one. I'm going to have to work on the slide real quick.
Do whatever.
All right.
What slide you working on? The black women in?
No. I'm gonna have to work on the bully one real quick.
Oh, okay.
It's easy for me. I'm just gonna have to just do this real quick. But we got some
cool.
promo. We'll be right back.
Yeah. You're wasting time, wasting line.
All right, so
get your merch.
Get your merch. I didn't even work on that. So I'm trying to tell you, it's something happened this week that threw me off completely. I'm off my rocker, so I apologize. But so here goes the video clip right now of what we're getting ready to discuss tonight.
You will never find a black man with the hair of a white man. You see a brother, they got the baldy, you hear me, the bald head lover. Or you might see they got the waves popping off. They got the cornrows. They got the dreads, the locks. But then when you go to the women, it's like all of a sudden they're trying to put on a costume, as the gentleman said, to appeal to the white man because they're trying to look like the white woman. But the psychology is so deep that you guys won't even admit what you're doing.
Man. So my question to the panel, to my 2-member panel today, I don't know where Toes is. He probably Toes and empanadas, you know what I'm saying? It's still Thanksgiving time. But yeah, so to the panel, we'll start with the lady.
Do you think that there's some truth to that or not?
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. Whenever they start like that, it's gonna be a problem.
He touched on how men have different hairstyles, whatever, right? But back in what, the 60s, y'all was perming y'all hair. Is that not true? To get it straight, right?
Well, I wasn't alive during the 60s, so.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, he brought it up. You know what I mean? Y'all was perming your hair, you know, to be accepted by the white man, you know. Now, very recently, there are laws now that we can wear dreads at work. You know what I mean? I see more and more Black women and Black men that are, you know, embracing the dreads or the sister locks. So I see all kinds of problems with that. Just because someone wants to dye their hair, you know that other races dye their hair too. So does that mean they want to be white? You know? Just because you want to change the color of your hair for a moment in time. That's the problem.
All right, go ahead, Quiz. Rob, oh, my fault. Before we get into it, you know, I'm a little bit off my game. I'm out of my element a little bit. But for those who are watching, if you're on Facebook, I have the link pinned in the comment section. If you want to come on, you can just click the link. Just know that if you're coming on and you're using your phone, you have to use headphones, and they work as a microphone. They pick up anything that you say, anything in the background. So please make sure you're in a good spot where you have some good Wi-Fi, no noises in the background. Please, no eating on camera. Your drinking is fine. No, you know, taking craps and doing all this other wild stuff people have been doing on camera. You know what I'm saying? The world don't need to see this. As Quez like to say, this is a production, and you could be clipped up and you could be put out throughout the whole world. So, but yeah, if you come on, just know that we can agree to disagree, and you know, and the floor is yours. But go ahead, Quez.
No, I mean, we need to figure out a way to get our YouTube family to be able to jump on here too, man. You know what I mean? I think there would be a good opportunity to get some people who we don't know and not on our friends list opportunity to get up here and talk with a limited access. But outside of that, I think, yeah, I think Buddy, the way he framed it wasn't really that cool, because just like Jess said, like, you know, throughout different periods in time, and even today, you know, you still see, whether it be male or female of our, you know what I'm saying, culture, trying to imitate and emulate their way into proximity of whiteness. So I don't think it's really a woman or a man. I think it's both, to be honest. Women may catch more slack for it because they have the ability to do more. Men don't do it because what we look like going out here putting on a 36-inch blonde weave for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to do that. So, I mean, we don't really have too many options to emulate white men outside of behavior, conversation, and maybe point of view on life sometimes. But like outside of that, we can't really do much to emulate white people. So it's kind of messed up for Black women because they do have the ability to, you know, maneuver in different realms. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these sisters that got them blonde weaves and stuff got the Cleo set it off braids underneath. You know what I mean? And that's still natural hair. They just have the ability to do what they want to do. So, I mean,
right.
Look at that. Right on time. But yes, that's my point on it. I don't think it should have been like directed.
Give thumbs up if you're good.
Yeah, I don't think we should have directed it towards them like a negative thing. It's a good question to ask, but you know what I mean, like just brought up, it happens on both sides. So, you know, just in different factions. Theirs is more, you could see it. Ours is more in corporate boardrooms and, you know, sitting on the couch with Andrew Schultz and stuff like that, where we allow them to denigrate our people and not say anything. That's our emulation of whiteness, letting them get away with bullshit and not checking it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
that's how I feel.
Well,
What's up,
we have our birthday Sagittarius in the house today.
Yeah, I decided to pop in on this topic because I am so tired of hearing about what Black women do with their hair and why we do what we do with our hair. We don't be sitting questioning y'all what y'all do with y'all hair. Why are you corn rolling your hair? Why are you shaving your hair bald? Why are you getting locks? And trust and believe, going off of that clip, we do not have to do all that to attract a white man. Trust and believe that. It has nothing to do with our hair. And we do not have to wear wigs, weaves, or any of that to attract them, period. And this is coming from someone who has dated outside of her race. He didn't say, oh, I love the weave you have in your hair or the wig you wearing, so I want to talk to you. That was not on his top 10 list of why he wanted to date a Black woman. Not at all. So I just think, like I've said before, I am tired of the rhetoric where we're constantly battling each other. Our nationality, women and men, Black folks, we always finding something to battle. I do not see white men and white women on platforms talking about her hair extensions because they wear them too. Their hair weaves because they wear them too. The wigs because they wear them too. All of that. The BBLs, they get them too. Everything that one does, the other one does, but we're the ones that hear all of it. And it's even worse when we hear it from people who we think would protect us. This is why sometimes women be like, we are the ones that are not protected by our own people, because it seems like our own people is the one keep trying to drag down the Black woman. And the question should be, why? Why are you so invested? And then when people wear wigs and weaves, besides the fact that that's what they love and their protected styles to protect our hair, but you never know what a person is going through. Medication pulls out their hair. If they have cancer or any other disease, lupus, all that stuff causes hair loss. But y'all want to sit and be like, not y'all, but not y'all in general, but like,
right. Yeah. We know. We know what you mean.
Yeah. When I go out, I'm going to take my woman swimming because I need to know if that's her real hair. Like, seriously, is that a major part? I hear it all the time. I watch podcasts and all the other stuff. And I'm like, is that's what's most important is what her hair and all that other stuff. And then if some people show their natural hair, then we have to hear about how kinky it is. Nappy is what they like to use. So, because I know I've had all that to me. And you wonder why women do certain things that they do. It's just crazy to me. And the battle back and forth is just annoying to me. And like just said too, and not even to go far as back as the 60s, because Malcolm X and them was perming their hair too. But Prince had, even still, it wasn't his natural, it wasn't the natural state of it growing out of his head, right? And Prince, pretty as curly hair, right? Long hair. Who said something to him? Catching all the women with his pretty hair. Rick James. All these men have hair that will be like a woman's head. And why are we always catching it? So that's why I had to come on and say in the middle of eating my birthday dinner. I had to come on and speak my piece.
You know what I mean? To interrupt your dinner, ma'am.
Oh no, cut that crap, because Third really was trying to make a point, and we're gonna talk about that later. Your birthday fell on a Monday. On a Monday. There's no podcast on a Monday. Mine is today.
To be fair, 1 year my birthday did fall on the podcast. Now if you're celebrating with y'all.
Okay. Wait, was I here?
You were. Here? I think you were.
I don't care. We're talking about me. How about that?
Hey, we do have a comment. Shout out to the YouTube folks. Black men could wear blonde toupees, wigs if they wanted to.
And look retarded. I mean, Dave Chappelle did it. You know what
But
I'm
he was
saying?
doing it for a purpose. He was in whiteface. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It still
Dennis
was funny.
Rodman dyed his hair blonde.
Who?
you know, I never understood that. Like, but again, you know, hey, it's the prerogative. I didn't understand like why a black man wanted to dye his hair blonde. You know, I had an adopted cousin who used to do the same thing. It was just kind of just like weird.
I
You know
knew
what
someone in high school
I mean?
dyed their hair blonde.
And to me, at the end of the day, it's your hair. Do what you want with it. I don't care if I don't understand it. Oh well, if you like it, do what
Word
you
to
do.
Big Bird, but I'm gonna play advocate. So when people do it like that, in a sense, do you think it's a sense of style, or do you think it's kind of like a reflection of self-hate?
It's a
Well,
sense of style.
It's a sense of style. I don't think
You
it's
think?
a reflection of self-hate. Yeah, at all. Blonde hair. I have cousins with blonde hair and blue eyes. I
That
guarantee
part.
they don't. I guarantee they don't hear the crap we just talked. This mess.
But it's natural though, right?
Does it matter? So if they walk around, so I have
No.
one I have one who has blonde hair and dyed their hair black. Is there a problem?
No.
No.
Good point.
That's what I'm
Also,
saying.
it's not a problem when they dye their hair black, but it's a
Mhm.
problem when they dye their hair blonde.
I'm asking. I'm it's a
Oh, we
legit
didn't
question.
say either.
I had blonde braids in my hair. Does that mean I was trying to be white? Or did I just want to be
Absolutely.
different?
Absolutely.
Wait, hold up.
You were trying
Rob
to be
says-
educated.
Rob says I dye my hair. Just being D says thank you, Tisha.
You are.
Rob Hart says I wasn't white enough. I tried to look less Hebrew.
Rob is retarded.
Embrace your Hebrewness.
And then as far as the texture, curly hair girls want their hair straight. Straight hair girls want their hair curly, no matter what race.
That's life, man. You know what I mean?
Because-
Like,
yeah,
I don't see what the issue is. I really
But
don't.
see, it's crazy to me though, because it's like you kind of brought up a valid point. Like they're like the Kim Kardashians of the world, you know, or the Khloe Kardashians or the Jenners. They get lip fillers, right? They make their lips more fuller. You know what I'm saying? They have like these ass shots now, you know, to get more voluptuous, whatever, you know. But I don't necessarily, and then, you know, and then they appropriate by rocking the cornrows and all this other stuff. So you know, the ones who scream out the loudest about them appropriating the culture is us. But I wonder, do people in their own race call them call them out and say, why are you trying to look ethnic or black or African, whatever, when you're not? You know, it's one of those things I wonder.
They get called out on it. Mhm.
Amongst their own race?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, they definitely do. You know what I mean? The same thing with us. It's like, you know, if you look at our elders, you know what I mean, when we start doing certain trends, like, you know what I
Right,
mean, back in our day when we had the super baggy extra long tees, you know what I'm saying, with the jeans and everything, the elders looked at us like we was crazy, you know, like, what are y'all doing? What's wrong with y'all? Even though, you know, it was our personal thing. But in those other cultures, I may even venture off to say that they probably get scrutinized more than we know from their culture for those, you know what I'm saying, choices to emulate the blackness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. You know what I mean? I could almost guarantee it that they probably get scrutinized way more. But the thing about it is, they don't go in the public spaces and criticize their people. We the only people who do that. We the only people that get online and criticize our own public and go viral for it and create this mass hysteria around topics that really don't have any real meaning or any real added value to life. We're the only people who do that. The other cultures, they keep that within. Yeah, when they get to their grandparents' house, they might get cussed out or talked about, but they're not gonna record it. That's the difference to me. Just to me.
For me, it's a catch-22. You know, because I don't know, like, you know, it's kind of like what we talked about before. Everybody wants to be black until it's time to be black.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where we're the most emulated culture, or group of people throughout the world. I mean, whether it comes down to like again our dress, our style of music, saying how we walk, talk, whatever, we're emulated. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. But then I've seen some people to where and I've asked, do you think it's self-hate? Because there's some within our culture who don't necessarily like the broad nose. They don't like their kinky hair or their ethnic looking hair, whatever. They don't like their Black African features. And so, sometimes it becomes a thing to where they feel a certain type of way about themselves. And it's just like what Eric said, which is really, really true, because many Blacks still look at blonde hair and straight hair as a universal beauty standard. And once upon a time in America, I mean, that was the standard. And, blonde hair, blue eye was the quintessential standard of beauty, the epitome. You know what I'm saying? This is what they held things to. So if you were dark, like us, you know what I'm saying, we weren't looked necessarily in the right way, which is why we had to have songs like I'm Black and I'm Proud, or things like sit up there and the reinforce encouragement amongst us. So I don't know why people are looking at me like it's a foreign thing when I ask the question, because it's a real question too. We have some people within our community that have self-hate.
Oh, no, we're not looking at you like it's a foreign thing. It's just like many other topics that are culturally expounded upon. We're arguing for a small percentage of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like those people who have self-hate and loathe their features and things of that nature. That's a small percentage of the community. So to me, it's not worth addressing, because a majority of us are very prideful people, right? We're very prideful. I don't think a lot of Black women intentionally go to the beauty salon or to the hair store and be like, make me look white. What can I buy to make me look white? I don't think that happens. I think they go in there, they seen the style and like, oh yeah, that look fly right there. I could do this, wooty wham. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, culturally, we set the trends around this motherfucker. So right. even if we did do it, we did it better. So that's my argument.
So with you, it actually happens because that chemical pills is a real thing. So and then a lot of the big place where I've seen a lot of it really popping was in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like there are African women who will take these skin pills and bleach their skin lighter to because of the fact of the matter that they don't want their dark skin. You know what I'm saying? So is this something, again, is it self-hate, or is it something that they're trying to, compete, amongst the world? And again, who teaches that hate? You know what I'm saying? Is it, and just like, what Tisha was saying earlier, why is it amongst us that, again, that if a woman chooses to wear her natural hair, then she gets called, with Brillo pad or this or that, whatever, or, whatever, what I'm saying? Like they can't really rock their natural stuff. So then it becomes a thing where they start picking on people. And this is when people start building up complexes within themselves. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that could very well be true. And you being the ambassador to Gabon, you would have to ask your people over there what they got going on. Because there's not a large portion of us over here taking those skin lightening pills and taking wheat baths, man. That ain't got shit to do with us, bro. So, you know what I mean? You get them some of your 77 and they'll feel better about themselves. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nothing to do with that. But I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. I don't know. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, we are a very prideful people. And the majority of us are happy with what we have. For those individuals that we roasted in elementary and middle school and high school, that's part of the culture too, man. Yeah, you got to be mentally strong, man. That's how I looked at that. That I got roasted and did some roasting. Some days I won, some days I didn't. You know what I mean? It mentally prepared me to be in spaces where somebody not of the culture may say something out of pocket, and I don't get emotionally charged and can look at it and be like, bro, you a clown. You know what I'm saying? And go about my day. And I don't, because I've been roasted at, like, there's, to be honest with you, there's not very much that people could say to me to hurt my feelings. I didn't heard most of it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't heard it. People that made newspaper articles, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Roasting me. So that, like, your words is not gonna really cut too deep. But for the individuals who are a little more sensitive, we apologize. It wasn't too. I don't think most of it was malicious to me. That was just my theory. But we got some comments out there, Mr. Jackson. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Mr. Jackson, I appreciate you. Thank you, because I felt like this was a good conversation. Like, I know it's one of those things where, again, we're having it amongst our people, but again, it's a real conversation that we need to have, because, again, it does play a part into the next segue, what we're going to talk about, which is bullying. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it good conversation is the good hair, bad hair thinking a thing of the past. And I don't know.
Nope.
D, are you good?
Yeah, that still happens now.
It's still happening to this day. Yeah,
it still happens.
It's still
now.
happening. Hey, D.
Hey,
What up,
birthday
D?
girl.
D, you didn't came in here with your Caucasian locks. I see you, girl.
And I'm gonna tell
You
you
said die fried and lay to the side.
Wait, what did you have pink
Let me tell
hair?
you something. I ain't even comb my head. I was like, you know what? I'm coming straight on, because why y'all gotta be messing with my clients?
Okay, that's your business.
Why y'all
Like, gee.
why y'all fucking with my money?
Not my money.
Man,
I ain't came messing with y'all money. I ain't came rapping. I ain't came, doing them commercial, that commercial. I ain't trying to do that. So why y'all messing with my clients? We taking people's bags now?
right?
Fuck with my bag.
Damn. Hey,
Fuck with my
I
bag.
love that.
I'm trying to tell you
Chill out,
right now,
bro.
bro.
Chill
I
out,
came
man.
on.
Ain't nobody doing
I
all
couldn't
that.
get on here fast enough. I'm trying to
So
tell
let me
you right
ask
now.
y'all. So for the ones who do change their stuff purposely, not necessarily because of style, do you think that in some cases, dating preferences, like for those who like to date outside of the race, do they feel like they need to be accepted by kind of like changing it up a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, Candace Owens is married to a white man. Look at her shit. Prime
Why
example.
you
They don't
And
give a
why
damn
you not
about that.
asking Chris Brown, Tyga, Anya, all these other ones that dyed their hair blonde? Did they not?
well, bring them on. If you got connections,
what I mean?
so bring them on. I would love to talk to Breezy.
Well, you bring them on, because this topic is like, oh, you see the men doing it too. They dye their hair all the time, blonde.
Which, like I said, for me, I don't understand why they would. For me
And
personally,
Bobby Brown had his blonde and red.
when did Bobby have his brown?
Yeah.
Bobby have
He had,
blonde
he had highlights blonde in his hair when
On
he was
your
on that
ass.
show. Stop playing.
highlights.
Yes.
Struck a nerve down. You know what I'm saying? Not King
You know what I'm
Bobby.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Not
Got
King
my
Bobby.
frame all messed up
But
too.
now nobody think bad nothing about Bob Brown.
Yeah,
And what's so bad
Bobby
is
Brown did it. Mhm.
what's so bad is with him doing it, no one's saying anything bad about him. That
Nope.
was his choice to do so.
I just
You
don't
the
remember.
one that caught feelings because he wanted to do blonde and red.
And he called him like this.
Okay, so nobody talked about Bobby Brown.
He caught them feelings, girl. He caught him.
He caught him.
Ooh,
Because
shit.
it really
Yeah.
don't be that deep. Hair dye is really not that deep.
I know, baby girl.
Man. We're on your ass today, boy.
It really isn't.
Bobby did have
I'm
some
tell you.
highlights, though. He surely did.
Baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
He surely had some, but you know what I'm saying? It's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying?
S curls. What happened about that? S
Oh,
curls.
girl, shut
Yeah.
your mouth.
Damn.
Well, either way, I'm gonna still rock my blonde braids, my purple
Get it.
braids, my
Get it.
gray braids.
As
because
you
I want
should.
to.
As you should.
Yep.
As you should.
And more power to you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I
about
hope
to get me-
I hope your look. I hope your edges last forever. You know what I'm saying? And go on and do things.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is
Oh,
exactly
God.
what I said.
Look, I was praying for the black women's edges.
Oh,
man.
cut it out. Cut it
There
out.
are
Ooh,
black
ooh,
women
ooh.
friends that
I
get
love black
weave
women with
Oh,
edges. You know what I'm saying?
season, so they don't have to dye their hair.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that for all the black women out there, I hope y'all edges last forever, man. You know what I'm saying?
My
There's some
edges
women out
here.
there who ain't got no
Oh, my
edges,
God.
man.
Exactly
The
what
black
I
hair tomorrow.
exactly what I talked about.
I'm the bad one, you know what I'm saying? See these waves
Because
pop
I'm
with
gonna
some
tell you
blonde
right
hair.
now, I got 4 men clients that have men units.
Hey,
So at the end of
and
the
shout
day,
out
y'all
to them
are
all that
popular.
edges too.
They are
Y'all
popular.
hair gonna
Those
fall
are
out soon.
popular.
Yeah, may
You
they
get-
cul-de-sac stay well groomed. You know what I'm saying?
See, this is what I'm talking about.
You know, like this one, you know, like
Like, you don't know what the man's issue is and what's wrong with him wanting to feel more confident.
Hey,
Right.
keep them cul-de-sac. I'm
Right.
just saying, kid, if you keep the cul-de-sac well groomed,
I'm
you know what
so
I'm saying?
through.
You can always
I am
leave
so
a unit
through.
right there. You know what
I
I'm
am
saying?
so through.
Slide that thing right there, man.
And
You
then
got a
do I
little
have a
shade
man
on the
unit? I
side.
think I got a man unit on me.
I am so through.
You know what I
I think I
mean?
got
So
one on
you
me.
did.
I'm about
Hey,
to.
please don't put no man unit up here. You know what I'm saying? What do you got going on
I
over
think
there?
I got
dude?
one.
Yeah.
I
Eric
always
Jackson
help y'all
says, bring back the serious afros, the ultimate black hairstyle.
I think the young boys are doing that.
Mhm.
My son and a lot of other young teenagers are rocking fros.
Yeah, my
proud of
son
them.
got a fro too.
I see a lot of black women rocking afros too. You know what I'm saying? Like around,
Yeah.
I see a lot of
Yeah.
them rocking their afros around in California.
But you know why though? Like Jess mentioned, now we can wear locks and stuff at the workplace. This is another reason why the straightening of the hair and everything else, because we could not be in a professional setting where we would be seen in a business with our natural hair. They did not. They did not.
You know
want
what?
hair.
I'm gonna piggyback right off of that. 'Cause that brings another. Do you think because of that? Do you think that society felt threatened by our natural look?
Absolutely. They always
Everything we do is, and I hate to be like this, but a lot of things we do, people are threatened by. They didn't think we're intelligent enough. We out here getting college degrees and high paying jobs and everything else. Everything that, remember, we were treated as property. So we're not supposed to be as high up as we are. So anything that we do that surpasses what they thought that we were supposed to reach, it's a threat. It's definitely a threat.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that probably had a large portion to do with it too, because you got to remember, these are learned behaviors. You know what I mean? So if the culture feels like they have to do this to be accepted or to be able to advance into, you know, the higher echelons of society, it's because they were taught that, right? Not everybody has the beautiful acquiesced position of they parents being super black and super proud, and you do what you do and don't worry about them people out there. Some people had to fight through those struggles to be those first ladies working at NASA, or to, you know what I'm saying, be the first cashier at the bank. You know what I mean? So these are people who really had to fight through those struggles, and through those, they're teaching their children, hey, to advance through society. I know you want to rock fros like everybody else, you know what I'm saying, like the Foxy Browns and all that beautiful stuff. But if you want to get a good job, get a good education, a good job, you're gonna have to straighten his hair out so that you can walk into these offices and get a job. You know what I mean? And that, yeah, these are real conversations.
These were real conversations, because like where I used to work at before I left, that's when the Crown Act just came out, and so me being the only sister in the place, they had me research it to make sure that they weren't discriminating against me because I'm wearing wigs, weaves, braids, whatever up in there. So this was a real thing. And you can also see it as it's almost a way of maybe breaking us down and pushing us back. and I'm only going to speak about Black women, how we feel about our hair, you know, we feel very, very, very sensitive about our hair, whether it's real short and kinky, or we done straightened it or pressed it out like we used to do, or whatever. So when you attack us there and saying we can't be in the workplace or we can't do this because of what our hair is like, you're really pushing us back some, because you're not allowing us to walk in our greatness because of something such as, you know, hair. Because we at any moment we can have like Jess can have her hair straightened out and everything, and then tomorrow, what if she felt like shaving it all off? Should that keep her from doing what she doing, and should that subject her to any of the type of stuff we talked about in this conversation, any teasing, bullying, or any of that stuff? What she does with her hair, what Dee does with her hair, and what I do with my hair, it should just be our personal business, and that's it.
Right.
Unless it's all over the place, and I'm gonna be like, girl, you might want to brush your hair,
girl, because you know I need to right now. I know I need to.
Because I didn't even get mine together. I just popped up.
It goes into play because, I mean, like what, a few years ago, I mean, you know, the infamous slap heard around the world, you know, when Chris Rock made that joke about, you know, Jada Pinkett, you know, saying like, you know, she looked like she belonged in what, G.I. Jane 2, you know what I'm saying? And again, you know, she was battling something, maybe she felt insecure, and we'll have to go up there and slap the taste out of his mouth. I mean, that's just something that, again, like, you know, I think this was a good conversation to have, because again, why is it that, like, you know, you said, Quez, you know, why is it that amongst our people, you know what I'm saying, like this is kind of going on while you're teasing people about their hair? When in Africa, you have people with curly hair, you have some people with maybe some straight type of hair, or some froze with bald hair. There's different types of styles and whatever, even in Africa.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
And bleach and peels. So
One thing
know,
about
everybody has their vices.
Especially with my clients. When a woman goes to get a weave or anything, usually she's matching that hair with her hair, the same texture. So at the end of the day, all it is doing is giving her another, either making her hair full or making it a little bit longer to her shoulder where she can put it in a ponytail because maybe she got a shortcut, didn't grow back fast enough, or whatever the case may be, or she's going on vacation. And a lot of women don't want to go on vacation without, you know, they don't want to do their hair when they're gone. So most of the time, just like for me, I don't have to worry as a hair vendor because I sell real hair. Mine ain't fake. It ain't synthetic. There's a two different things. So when they go swimming, it's not going to kink up. That's how you know the difference. They can come out that water. They can do whatever they want and then still take their selfie pictures, have a good vacation. They ain't got to bring, you know, do too much to their hair. Because, you know, you don't feel like flat ironing. You ain't feeling like doing the hot comb and all that other stuff. So the main thing about getting the hair is when we want to try another look with the dye, you know, dyeing it, and we don't really want to dye our hair. Or you want to have something that's going to be easy for you when you got to get up, you got to get your kids ready. You ain't got time to do your hair and do all the extra. It's easier for a weave, you know, or you just want to have a nice vacation. I don't see nothing wrong, and it's matching their texture. It's not like, now I know there's some that want their hair with 30, 40 inches down their back. I get that. But at the end of the day, majority of your women are just doing it to have an easier process, you know, easier day to get up to get ready or on their vacations. And I don't see, as long as they're looking fine and cute, it shouldn't matter, because the minute she ain't doing her hair, y'all gonna say something about that. And then,
absolutely
you
not.
know what I'm saying? If she got alopecia, y'all ain't gonna want to date her. If she got patches in her head. You know what I'm saying? You got some women that just won't care and they'll just wear bald hair, do whatever. Are y'all comfortable with a woman walking around bald head? What if your woman decided to cut her hair and shave it? You willing to walk around with her head bald headed? Or she got a better fade than you?
Angie.
Hey, I'm gonna make sure she lined up every day. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's good? That's good.
Gonna be crispy. You know what I'm saying?
And that's good that you say that, but you are one person out of a whole bunch of other people. See, I wish other people had that same mindset, because trust me, they know.
I know I'm unique. You know what I'm saying? When she come home and she throw that wig across the room and she get in the bed with them set it off braids, I love her just the same. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I rub my hands in that Kinkalon nap roll she got up there. And I, you know what I'm saying?
He be doing too much. He be doing it.
That's my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
mean,
but truth be-
I asked her if she wanted a cigarette for the police pull up, all that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit that last cigarette, Cleo. You know what I'm saying? Get in this bed and get some love, man. You know?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the only issue I have with that, I mean, I had a lot of issues with that clip, but say it that we trying to attract a white man, like that was just where'd that come from? Where'd that come from?
Alexandria.
Yeah, and I went through the comments of that post, and it was.
Oh, happy birthday to you too, Alexandria. Stag season. We got stags in the house.
Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
That thing to me was clickbait because underneath it, somebody commented, and he commented underneath. Oh, well, why don't you come on my podcast and let's talk about it? After everybody's comment, that's what he said. So he's trying to get people to be on his podcast. So yeah,
I was gonna say that too, because when I be seeing these guests on these podcasts, I'm like, where do they find these people? You know what I'm saying? To be honest, a lot of these people, man, they're not having genuine conversations, and that's troublesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I felt that it was weird because he said it was to attract the white man. I was like, who is out here talking? Like, who of us are out here talking about changing our hair to attract the opposite, another race? Right. We don't have to do that. Black women don't have to do that.
Yeah, white men don't care nothing about that. They don't know if your weave is, they don't know if your lace front is right or not. They don't care.
And guess what? He don't care. He don't care. And guess what? If it's starting to get to a point where there's a new one that needs to be bought, just saying.
Hey.
Very
Next topic, please.
Let's
go. Leave my clients alone.
I heard that, G. I heard that.
We don't want to mess up none of your clients. I'm gonna go under his comments too and let him know that he's messing up your business.
That's what my business.
I know that's right.
My hair ain't getting nothing to nobody.
Say it.
Sir, we need financial restitution because we had to talk about it on our podcast too.
Just enhance the beauty. Twice. That's all it does. Enhances the beauty.
Yeah, we need you to pay 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Get her cash app. You know
all right. But yeah, so going into the next topic, this might be the last one for today. We're gonna have to save the other one. Are women getting bolder when it comes to shooting their shot? We'll save that for another one, but this is a perfect segue into kind of like something that I want to touch on because Tisha brought it up earlier in the year too, which it really hurts my heart, to hear stuff like this. But we're gonna put a quick little promo and then we'll dive right into it.
Yeah. You're wasting time, wasting lines.
Make sure you get your merch from dropyour3cent.com or king3rd.com. Oh man, so Young East, women ain't bold enough. Shit. These days, I think they are.
You should have found.
I think they are. It's a new era, bro. It's a new era. But yeah. So earlier on social media, I think on Instagram, I saw a post, pretty much about there was a girl who I think was being bullied at school. I think she brought it to her parents' attention. They brought it to the principal, whatever. And I'm not sure if anything was necessarily done. You know what I'm saying? But the young girl tried to harm herself. And, her parents caught her in good enough time. But while in the hospital, these pack of dogs and hyenas, sat up there and tried to enter into the hospital and take pictures of her to bully her some more. So, this kind of ties into the whole thing with the hair, because again, we've heard it before.
Wait, there's a part to that too, which is even sadder, because she used a belt to hang herself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She didn't have any pulse or any type of heartbeat. So she was in a coma when they snuck in, which the hospital should be sued too. They stuck in and took the pictures, like you said. but now she cannot move her arms, her legs. She's basically self-dependent on her parents. She can't even talk. Like,
Wow.
you know, she's not there really, which is another issue. That's about right.
Wow. You know, again, this breaks my heart because again, you know, I think all of us here we're sucker for children. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that, you know, children these days can't just go to school. I mean,
Right.
you know, and I want to really put this into perspective to make people think, and especially for those parents out there of bullies. You know what I'm saying? Like the last thing that a parent has to worry about or should have to worry about is that they're sending their son or their daughter off to school, packing their lunch, thinking that, hey, they're about to go just be a kid and enjoy lunch, enjoy their friends, and, you know, I'm going to see my kid. You know, at the end of the day, the last thing that you ever expect is for a kid to go through some type of traumatic experience at school to where they're being made fun of about what they wear, their hair, where they're from, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I think, you know, a lot of times that, you know, I don't know, and I want to have an open discussion with us. So hopefully this can go viral and maybe we can start educating some of these parents of bullies, or maybe we can start looking for ways to try to help some of these kids who are being bullied too, and how to avoid situations like this. Because I mean, a kid should grow up to be their full potential. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what they're going to be in life. But the sad thing for her to have to go through this, a 12-year-old girl, you know, it really just broke my heart. But what drives people to do some of the heinous stuff that they do, in your opinion?
Bullies bully people. So the parents of those kids could possibly be bullying their children. We don't know.
Very
Yeah, they can be doing that as well as where are they catching these examples from? So if it's at home, it can be from maybe how their parents are treating each other or anybody else that's within the same adult age, how they interact with others. Also, too, if they see the circle that they're around, if they're going around bullying other people too, they will probably do it to be accepted. That can be it. It could be so many reasons why, and we might not ever pinpoint, you know, why that person did it or whatever. My thing is like you said, this is a 12-year-old girl. 12. Suicide should not even be an option, like even on the mind of a child, period.
Mm-hmm.
And when did bullying become so, like, what? I mean, I want to know, but I don't want to know, like, how extreme it was to make her feel like her presence in this world was no longer needed because of what somebody else was saying about her. And I'm also concerned because we don't know all the details, but if she was even able to go talk to her parents, like, deeply about what was happening. I don't mean like right before her deciding to do what she did, but like when the first bullying started. Like the open communication between you and your child should be that open communication, and they should be able to come to you with anything. We shouldn't be pushing them away because at the moment we're cooking dinner. Like, have her sit down or have him sit down while you're doing so. Or, you know, if you just came home stressed from work and they're really trying to get your attention about something that's really bothering them, like, we really need to sit down and pay attention to our children and talk to our children, because it should never get to. And the level of bullying, I don't know where this is coming from, because like in another incident, someone was trying to hang a child. They were bullying him to a point where they were trying to hang him, and the school said, oh, they were just horse playing. It was no big deal. They were just playing around. Trying to hang someone, how is that just playing around? How's that horse playing? Yeah. So, and I know, and the schools need to be paying it more. I know it's hard because if you have a teacher up here, they'll say, you know, we don't have enough people at the school to watch them. We don't have this. We're underpaid. But I really believe there needs to be some type of something going on to where y'all can come up with a plan to be a little bit more involved, because this is just crazy. And when you send your child to school, like, you really don't know what's going on with your child until they come home and tell you something. Mm-hmm. Because now like these parents used to, when I was younger, those teachers used to call home all the time. You do one thing, they call your parent. They call your parent at work. They call your parent, wherever your parent, whatever emergency numbers are on your card, they call it all them people. What happened to all that?
I want to say, guys, I've said it on here before. Teachers, that was the biggest point you just made, though. People are not talking to their children, right? We letting tablets, computers, TV raise our kids. You know what I mean? You might ask them if they homework done, and they'll say yes. You might not even check it,
right?
And then they off to do whatever it is they do to play the game or do whatever, blah blah blah. But also, if we start to hold these schools responsible, because this is happening way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real. Like it's not bullying. You got gangs running around your schools. And I'm gonna call them that because that's what they are. Because these are a bunch of cowards. If you catch them by themselves, they ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when they all get together at school, they going around terrorizing people. There's little gangs running around every school. And unfortunately, when they happen to be of a certain complexion, it goes unchecked, and it's labeled as horseplay or boys being boys, or these are just kids. But if we start suing these teachers unions, you know what I'm saying? Because they got a union too. You know what I mean? You start attacking pensions and shit. I'm pretty sure they'll fix it real quick. Like you said, back in the day, you couldn't get away with nothing at school. Where are all these kids doing all this stuff at that we needed hall passes for, that we needed the bathroom pass for, that we needed, you know what I'm saying, to hide from the noon duty and you know what I'm saying, the lady in the lunch office walking around bothering me because we cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Where are all these people at? You know, we got scared ass teachers standing around and they don't want to say nothing because kids are aggressive now. And just case in point, man, I feel for that little girl. And D, you said it too. The hospital, they'd be hearing from me. But first, I probably would have been up there. But yeah, second of all, hospital, how do you get in? You can't just walk in the ICU. You can't. Right. Not even a teenager, damn sure can't just walk in the ICU unattended. You know what I'm saying? Kids can't just walk in the ICU. Oh, I'm going to see such and such. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't tell me that these kids just, you know what I'm saying, walked into a hospital and said, hey, I need to go see my friend in ICU without a parent. If she's 12, right, that means her bullies was 12. Right. 14 at the most. You know what I mean? So hospital, I'm pissed off at y'all. And I think we should probably start fucking up their parents. That's my notion. Your kids like to be bullies. Well, let's see if you can fight. Let's do that. Your kids like to pick on people. Let me come pick on you.
Alexander, I hear you. Alexander says bullying is deeply rooted in insecurity, but I also agree that proper parenting should prevent or stop bullying from happening. She also added, it's hard too because bullying can just be verbal, but there should be levels of disciplinary action to deter bullying.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like nowadays, it's easier for kids to get bullied to a higher level than what we were bullied as kids, because now the kids, let's say kids are in junior high. All the kids that are in junior high in, like, let's say San Bernardino, they know each other because of social media. So now it's like it's gone further because it's displayed on social media. So how can the school staff monitor that? You're not supposed to friend the children that are, that you work with on social media.
Right.
So how is staff supposed to monitor that as far as social media?
Your kids and social media is a you problem. That's not the school problem. I get you there. You know what
I
I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, it's online bullying. Turn the fucking computer off. Read a book. You know what I mean? That's just me as a parent. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Look, my son Malcolm, he like to play Roblox. You know what I'm saying? We buy him little Roblox cards and stuff. When he do something good, he buy that. He get online and he get frustrated. He start pouting. And, oh, they're cheating. Yep, turn the game off. You're done. It's that simple. You're done. I don't want to hear that. That's a game. You know what I'm saying? That's not even real. You know what I mean?
We the hospital in the first place.
That part. You know what I mean? But yeah, we not tolerating that. You know what I'm saying? You throwing tantrums and you frustrated and wanting to cry about something that you can turn on and off. Yeah, stop it. And man, back in our day, we were getting bullied. We were definitely getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? We might not have called it that, but we were getting bullied on several occasions compared to what these kids are getting. You know what I'm saying?
Mean, but here's why I'm gonna play advocate slightly. I hate to do it in this situation, but I think there's a difference between being bullied and then being made fun of. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I moved around a lot because, my pops was in the military. So, there was times when, I went to schools that was the only black kid in the class. So I got called, the N-word quite a few times, you know what I'm saying? Not just by white kids, but by Asian kids too. You know what I'm saying? Stuff I didn't really hear when I was going to school in San Bernardino. You know what I'm saying? Where again, there was more of us here. But I got made fun of one time for wearing a Michael Jackson shirt to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, I don't know. I was taught that, sticks and stones break bones. But then at the same time, too, I was also taught how to defend myself if ever need be. So I welcome the smoke, with certain things. But I think, are we living in an era where, where people are too sensitive to a certain extent?
Absolutely. I'll second that notion. I think I won't say they're too sensitive. I say people are scared to have the real conversations about things that are going on in their time, right? Because you're scared to offend somebody, you're scared to saying the wrong thing. But these conversations obviously need to be had. You know what I mean? That covers a multitude of topics, whether it's LGBT and all that type of stuff, religion, everything. You have to prepare your children for these things because they're getting information so much faster than we were getting it in our time, right? Like we weren't able to have access to everything that the internet holds at this current moment, right? Like there's commercials that are targeted them. The shows they watch, the apps they got on. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be right there hand in hand with them during that process because if not, they can get lost in that sauce. You know what I mean? Even the little YouTube videos they watch that are supposed to be kid friendly got hidden agendas and they talking about stuff you might catch them. Hey, hold on, what is that? Like, no, turn that off. You know, like, but you have to be there with your child. I think that's the biggest thing with me. You have to be around your children to help your children. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let your children be off doing something somewhere else, and then all of a sudden they're in ICU, and you're like, oh, I don't know what happened. Bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. That's me personally. You know what I'm saying? I know things happen, and you may not be able to do such and such. And that, look, I'm not judging nobody. I'm saying for me in this household, I'm gonna know what the hell you got going on. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it is what it is. Our daughter's 16, got a job, all that good stuff, doing her thing, doing her thug easy. Denisha still go snatch that phone every once in a while. Let me go through these messages. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, iPhone. Oh, you trying to put the finger lock? Oh yeah, put the thumb on there then, because we finna see today. You know, like that's you have to do these things because regardless of how well you think you trained your children and how much guidance you think you're giving them, you still got to follow up because life is real. Things happen every single day. You got to check. You're not talking with your kids they don't feel comfortable telling you shit.
Right.
You understand? That's really what it is. So
You
your
on
kids
fire right
even
now, man.
believe you can protect them because you won't talk to them
Right.
at all.
Yep. Or make time for them. Make time to talk to them. You can't keep letting these electronics train you, bring up your kids. You
Very
cannot do that. You have to be physically present. And you like Quez says, and you have to follow up, because the minute you show a break in that control that you have, trust and believe you can have the most well-mannered child. As soon as they see a door, they pushing that sucker open and moving. And if you don't follow up with action behind that, guess what? That door gonna open up even more. And if you don't follow up between that, it's going to get to a point they fully walk through that door and you might not see them again.
Right.
Real talk. And then also too, and I hate to be like this, but like these children have cell phones earlier than they should, to be honest. And I get why you would like to have your child have a cell phone, because there's a lot of stuff going on in schools and everything like that. I get it, but they also have restrictions. And you need to put those parental restrictions on there. Your child should not be on TikTok 24 hours a day. Your child should not be posting Instagram videos that you walk in and you don't know what your child's doing. Like, you really need to be on there. And I am 2-1 soft parenting. I don't know where that came from. Now, I'm not saying you have to just beat the crap out your child. I'm not saying that at all. But there has to be some discipline. Soft discipline, and from what I'm seeing in some of this stuff that I see, is no discipline. That's what it equals to me. Because these kids are running like the bullies. Why are these children that are doing the bullying? And if the child that's being bullied is running to the school or running to the parent, and then you go talk to the parent of why they bullying your child, and nothing happens after that, that's a problem.
I agree.
And the next day your child comes to school and say, "Mom or Dad, they're doing it again." There's a problem.
Real quick, because we have to wrap this up real quick. Eric Jackson says both students' parents should be involved in the mediation process to eliminate and minimize the conflict. Then hopefully the students may become friendly towards each other. Yay and nay. Alexandra Knight, it appears like there's no one protecting this girl, and it's sad.
Well, her mother and them are at that school. And they're suing the school district, they're suing the teachers, and they're suing the hospital.
So some of these the parents of the bullies need to be funked up, because I think it's a thing where, again, actions are reflections of what they're being taught. They could be a product of their environment. Hurt people, which again I know, Tisha, within your studies, that's a term that's been used a lot. So a lot of people project their hurt onto other people. And I think some of these parents might be projecting onto their kids, and then their kids are then taking it to school and then projecting it onto other kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, what are these kids being made fun of? You know what I'm saying? Because when they don't have
I'm that parent. I used to show up to the school, pop up. I look, just to watch, see how the day go through. I always popped up, and I'm gonna have my son's back.
Do that nowadays.
Kids.
Thank you,
know
Melvin.
Once you're in high school, I'll fight them kids. When my son was picked on, in Texas, and they felt like, oh, he from Cali, huh? Because I told my son, stop telling people that you from Cali. You know what I mean? They don't have to know nothing. But they started, and when you're in the South, sometimes, the bully. And it don't even mean the South, because I had a bully and they look raggedy. Sometimes a bully is the ugly one, or the one that don't have the new shoes or the new outfits, so they figure they pick. And they picked on him. They was telling him they don't take his shoes. Look, a single mom as me, I'd be damned if you're gonna take my son's shoes that I paid for. So it came down to where I had to roll up to the school. He had his phone, he called me. I'm gonna roll up. I asked the school already. And they act like, well, if they get in a fight, they get fined. I'm not waiting.
Like it shouldn't even go that deep.
So now here I got to get off work and go up to the school and handle it. And who's the kids? You know what I'm saying? And homeboy, you think you taking my son's shoes? Keep playing with me, because if I had to fly his cousins in, they're gonna really take your ass. It has to be a point to where you have to let these kids know, because some of them are so disrespectful. They act like they ain't scared of nothing. And you don't really know if they come to school with guns or not. You know what I mean? So it just came to the point where I got to think, You know, is it going to be bad enough? Do I need to take him out to school? You know what I'm saying? And put him in a different school?
You know, it's sad that it has to come to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, when did it come to the point to where, like, now you got to sit up there and disrupt an education? Or what if it's a good school? You know what I'm saying? What if the kid likes the kids or other kids? You know what I'm saying? What if he's got accustomed to it, but now he has to be uprooted or his life changed because we got some self-hating motherfuckers over here because their parents don't have their hands on them either. You know what I'm saying? So, and in this case with the little girl, I think all the parents of the bullies, you know, whether innocent or not, you know what I'm saying, need to be held accountable. The school needs to be held accountable, and then the stupid ass hospital needs to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, thank God they're going the route that they're going, you know, and by doing like a civil thing, because there are other folks who are not so civil. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's sad that it even had to come to this point, because if it was nipped in the bud from the beginning, there wouldn't have to be lawsuits because it would have stopped. Right. Somebody would have put their foot down and had to stop it. Why does it have to be lawsuits now? Because someone didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of checks and balances that got missed on this one.
Yeah, did you see the father of the 11-year-old boy that the bullies raped his 11-year-old son? That father went and he unalived all of them. And he stood there and waited for the police. You know what I mean? He don't care if he get 25 to life or die, because he felt like that's his son. You know, his son got violated. First it started with the bullying, and then they decided they're gonna pull his pants out and rape him. He wasn't having it. So he found out who they were, and he went to each house. And he said, I just left this last house. You see this house behind me? I just left this. This was the last house that I unalived one of the kids. He said, you know what? If I get 25 life, I'll do. If I get an injection, I'll do. And he said, well, here come the police now. And he said, no, he wasn't running.
It's sad that parents got to get put to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, again,
it is sad
that these parents of these bullies need to be held accountable. And I think, again, when stuff like this happens, if they're not getting their tails beat themselves, then yes, I think they need to face jail time. And then I think they need to instill some of that fear into their kids. They're like, look, this is what's going to happen if you're doing this this is what's going to happen to me.
Right.
And if this was happening to me, I'm going to make sure it happens to you. But whatever it is that's going on, there definitely needs to be some type of psychological help, you know what I'm saying, with these kids who are bullies, because there's a deeper issues or deep-rooted, deep-seated, you know what I'm saying? But again, like, I think Jess brought up a valid point. Some of these parents are in such denial with that about their children. They think that their children are such angels and this and that. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that, no, your child just might be funked up. And then they're projecting their hurt onto other kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad that we're living in the society where we're living in today.
Well, one thing you can't deny is the ass whooping. So, you know what I mean? And all those skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't deny you got your ass whooped.
Right.
You know what I mean? So let that be there.
It worked for me.
I gotta be politically correct to a certain extent, but I'm gonna say me right. All right, y'all.
What's up, y'all, man?
Sometimes you gotta pop on the show. Kendrick showed you. Sometimes you gotta pop on the show, you know. But you know, for the kids who are a little bit weaker, if you have the money, I would suggest, you know, self-defense classes. You know, they definitely teach them good discipline, teach them how to fight, boxing classes, you know, certain things. I don't know why Quez left.
To your children. We're not talking about fight. Speak life into your children, man.
No, that part too, but you learn how to defend yourself, man.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
No, I agree with Quez too. Like, you also need to embrace your children, let them know that their lives are worth something. Because obviously from all that was going on, she felt that the 12-year-old felt that it would be better to unalive herself. And we need to also instill in our children, regardless of what goes on, regardless of what people say and how they treat you, your life is meaningful. And there should be no reason why you should try to do this self-harm to yourself, regardless of what people do.
Happy birthday, Happy birthday, LT.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say that a lot of it has to do with kids nowadays lack empathy, or people in general nowadays lack empathy. And a lot of it they become disassociated, and things aren't really real because they're always on their iPad, they're always on the internet, Facebook, TikTok, and it's just a meme. It's not that serious. And to other people, it's life changing and life altering, and it damages them to their soul. And so that's what we have. Now we have kids wearing mega hats that don't even know what the hell mega hat is, but they know
Right.
they have the past to be mean.
A whole
And so-
different topic.
No,
for a
no,
whole
I'm just saying. I'm not talking about politics. I'm just saying
know,
nowadays
know.
what we see, especially I was relating it to when Donald Trump won. There was a whole bunch of white kids that went around a table and said USA to these Mexican kids.
Where
And
they getting
so-
it from? Though? They're getting it from their parents. You know.
Yes,
So,
exactly. And so that's why I said parents and children lack
Word.
the empathy, and things aren't as real. A lot of them aren't bad people. They just aren't emotionally intelligent, and they're disassociated from reality. Everything's
Word.
not a meme. Everything's not just a play.
love y'all. I got to get somewhere, so we're gonna put a 2-pick in this, and we'll revisit this too, if that's okay with y'all.
So
Yeah,
like
we
a
can
plan.
Something we gotta come back to, or are we good with this?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think we should probably revisit it with an update, just to see what's going on, man. And
Yeah.
Where you
it's a
gotta
good
go?
topic.
I got some stuff to handle, so
You got
I
a toe,
love y'all.
a toe appointment? You got a toe
He going to
appointment?
game night.
no, I'm not.
You got a toe appointment. All right, I see you. I see Jess smiling. She knows what's up.
But it's almost 9
Now
o'clock.
she knows what's up.
She
It's
knows
crazy.
what's up.
It's
But I
almost
love
9
y'all.
o'clock.
This has been a good
The
one.
party
Sorry we had to
started
cut it
9,
short.
Don't it?
It's
Oh,
Friday.
sorry, y'all wasn't invited.
Grey Goose will get you
I
loose.
gotta go. Okay.
Grey Goose will get
Thank
you
you,
loose.
Mr. Jackson.
Hey, thank you, Eric Jackson. Thank you to those who are watching on YouTube. Thank you to those watching on Facebook. Make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe, the share, and the notification button. Make sure you're sharing this out with your people. We appreciate the love and support. To the rebroadcasters, thank you for always showing love and showing out. And we'll see you sometime next week. I'm not sure if it's going to be Friday or Saturday or whatever, but we'll be back next week for y'all, okay?
Keisha, I
Much
see
love.
you in a
Thank
minute.
you.
All right, girl.
It's
All
time
right.
to party.
Grey Goose will get you loose.
Man,
All the time.
All right, cool.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
King3rd.com, drop your 3cent.com, get the merch.
Get your merch.
Be careful. Bye.